Do you wish to enter this system? Insert the magic disc. Follow these instructions. Wait.
Welcome.
Hello, Chip Dippers. Welcome back to Retro Recipes Live. As Peri plays, that's me, Perifractic. So today we are going to be playing Alter Ego. Now I had hoped to play the Commodore 64 version, but would you believe sorry, and as you can hear also, I'm having still some problems with the mic. Actually, I have a fix for that. So let me just do one quick thing, and that will be fixed. But yeah, the Commodore 64 version, because I only have the SD2IEC, I don't have the original discs for this game. It doesn't actually work. Nobody's yet cracked the code of fixing it with the Commodore 64. So for that reason, I'm going to be playing it through DOSBox, through the Internet Archive. So that, if you don't know, is something that was set up to basically emulate pretty much every retro game that has been released. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I did find this in my archives. This is Zap64, and would you believe this is the issue where they actually looked at Alter Ego. You can see it there on the cover. So if I flick to page 24, we can see how well reviewed this game was in Zap. It's pure coincidence that I've actually found this in Zap. I didn't know I had this, but here it is, reviewed in Zap 64. And it scored 98%. Wow. Now the other strange thing is I actually never played this game as a kid. So I had friends who raved about this. I remember my friend Ladyfractic. I think we were at a party or something, one of the two parties I ever went to. And he was saying, oh yeah, you got to play Alter Ego and play the female version and all that kind of stuff. But we have here queued up the male version. So we're going to try playing Alter Ego right now. So let me switch over the window. And as to those of you commenting about the mic issue, yeah, this is the weirdest thing. In OBS, it does this cyclical thing with the USB mic where it just cuts out. What I've done, I've actually created two copies of the mic. So if you hear a tiny echo, it's because there are actually two mic inputs, and there's alternately, which means although the volume might drop a little bit, not drip, you will actually be able to at least hear me the whole way through, hopefully. Let me know in the chat. I can see into the chat here. And yeah, Trevor says the female version was cracked for the C64. That is true, but not on the SD2IEC, as I understand it. The problem is there's 3-4 discs, and it's something to do with there being too many discs and all that kind of jazz. So, quick apple juice. Cider. And let's get started. Now, I want you all to be playing this with me. But we'll just use Perifractic, because I'll get very confused otherwise. So I've never seen this, so let me set my own personality, let the computer select. I think we should just do it ourselves, shouldn't we? What do you think? So we hit space, there we go. I will probably try to answer these questions honestly. I think we can manage that, can't we? I'm likely to speak whatever comes to mind. I'll try to be true to myself. For that one, we'll say no, because I can be candid and polite, if you ever noticed. I'm a light sleeper who stirs at the slightest sound. Actually, I sleep pretty well. We won't get a group consensus on all these, because that probably differs, especially these at the moment these days. So the dogs keep us awake more than anything. Revenge is sweet. Interesting. On the balance of karma, I'm going to say karma is sweet, and I think the universe has a way of self-leveling. So in that sense, we'll say correct. By the way, let me know, can you guys hear me okay? Is everything coming through all right? Done my best to fix the little glitches that we have here. I'm going to say false. We're going to be optimistic on this. An important part of every job is knowing whom to impress. I'd say that's probably true. I'm fascinated by car accidents and other disaster scenes. Straight to the false there. Let's keep this positive. The people who know me best like me as a person. I would like to think that is true. Now, give me 2 seconds, because for some reason I'm not seeing you guys in the chat. So I'm going to just refresh the page on my end. See if we can get that kicked back into working. Yeah, live streaming, I mean, it's definitely a learning process for me. There's been so many variables. As you know, I've had to buy a new laptop, get new software, plugins, headsets. It's a learning process. Okay. Second mic is very quiet. So I see you guys in the chat. So we're just I'm gonna bump up the volume on both mics. That way when one cuts out, you'll still hear the other. Very weird problem to have, I know. I'm gonna get it fixed on the forums. I did ask and nobody replied, and support is not easy to get at the moment. Hello quickly to all of you in the chat. I'm seeing you guys now. Finland. Revenge is sweet. What did Ladyfractic do? It's not the head tilt. It's actually not the cable or anything. It's happening internally in the laptop, because it's happening on. I actually have one mic plugged in, but the cycle is alternating. Anyway, it's not the noise gate. Definitely, I tried turning that off. But we'll crack on. I think you can hear me hopefully now on both the sources that I've created. You might also hear Puppyfractic snoring away. She'll come visit us soon. I'm extremely sensitive to criticism. I'm going to be honest. I love constructive criticism, but when someone just marches into the comments with a whole load of hate, then that does get to me. I am human. Thanks for. I'm glad that the audio is better. Thank you, guys. I get nervous performing in front of people. How perfect. When the task is something, even when the task is something I know by heart. I say that's true. I think any actor, big crowd, I love it, and also the anxiety washes through you, so yeah. By the way, I was wondering about doing a video like an Ask Me Anything. If you guys wanted to ask me about my tiny contribution, there's a small cog in the big machine of movies like Star Wars. I wondered if people would want to do like an Ask Me Anything, and I could mentions. Let me know. The people around me seem happier than I do. I generally like to think, I like to keep an optimistic outlook, so I'm generally happy or happier. I often get the urge to touch walls which wet paint signs are hung. Actually, I do. I think we've all done that. When I'm ill, I become short-tempered and snap at people. I don't think so. Don't get sick very often, which is nice. I have to say I'm lucky in that sense, especially in the current situation. Let me just say I take all my vitamins and echinacea and that kind of stuff. So, yeah. For some reason the chat keeps freezing, so I'm just going to keep Now, where were we? On important matters, I usually follow my parents' advice, even when I disagree with it. That's true. My dad was great. My mum's still with us. Hi, Mum, if you're watching. And they give such good advice. Is it possible that we live in a world where people can watch our every move? Well, this game was made in 1985, Back then, no, but why don't we just answer positively for 25 years on? It's true. When I'm in a quiet place, I get the urge to scream. Literally never felt that urge. Interesting thing that it's presenting to us. I'm just popping out the chat into a separate window because I think that's why it's freezing, because I'm running this game in DOSBox. It's therefore like freezing the other DOS window. So if I pop out the window, we might be better. Yep. So I'm here. I'm seeing that the mic is a little better. The mic fix made it worse. Oh dear, it's not better then. YouTube is having issues too. The chat freezing. Live TV. And someone's got to go cook for the kids. I'm going to just drop the mic level back down because some people are saying it was worse. So that way you won't have the echo, and when it does unfortunately cut out for a second, it'll just be a little quieter, but you'll still hear it. Okay, we'll get this fixed anyway for the next one. Yeah. All right, guys, so we're going to crack on. It's okay to tell a white lie if it's guaranteed. Pain. A white lie? Okay. Yes. And I'm going to, based on your feedback, I'm going to make the last adjustment to the mic. You guys said that was better. And chat is broke for a few of you. I don't know what's going on with the internet and computers. Can't win. So let's quickly go through these. It's pointless to try to discuss problems with other people. No. I'm easily embarrassed. True. This mic cutting out is a bit embarrassing. Children should be seen and not heard. True. False. Okay. Guys, on the mic question, trust me, I've tried everything. I've been trying to get this fixed for 3 or 4 days. So we'll just have to soldier on. I find it difficult to break the ice in conversations. I found it easier in later in life as things go on. My parents were strict? No. You can usually judge a person. I have found that to be true. I try not to, but I do often kind of second guess myself, and then I say I'm not going to judge you by your cover, and then 2 weeks later I'm like, yeah, you kind of were what I thought. So I'll be honest. A way to get people to treat you fairly is to take an aggressive stance and make them win you over. I don't do that, but it's probably true. You guys are suggesting a refurb video on a 3-month-old mic. Good idea. Finally, I think the questions like this are stupid and meaningless. No, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Activision. Okay. Mic sounds better? Cool. Alright. So, new slate, new page. Please select the stage of life at which you would like to begin the game. So we'll go from birth, yeah? I think that's the whole point of this. Welcome to birth and infancy. And as you say in the chat, don't skip anything. So that's what I'm doing. By the way, how'd you like my quarantine hair? Just let it flop. Welcome to birth and infancy. Every man is the architect of his own fortune, says Sallust. Speech to Caesar on the state. All right. Good speech. That's us. Babyfractic, right there. Here, take a closer look. Oh, cute. Okay. You are in a warm, dark, comfortable place. Any guys here? I think we've been trying to get back into it. This has been your place since you became aware that you are alive. It's almost time to enter a different world now. Wow. Select action. So it said almost time. So I think I'm going to stay in a little long. Stay in a little longer? Or would that make us needy in later life? What do you guys think? Stay in longer or come out peacefully? Let's get a consensus real quick. We'll see how the delay is on the chat. peacefully, staying longer, fighting. Come out. Well, definitely a mixed consensus. Let's just go with peacefully. Okay. What a good sport. Are you sure you're ready for this? It can get pretty hectic. I'll give you one more chance to stay a little longer. What do you think? Is it second guessing us like a magician? Thank you, the Gamer's House. While you guys decide, I should mention no retro recipe would be complete without a dash of PCB way. They make all types of easy PCBs, starting from just $5. Because as we all know, PCB stands for PCB stands for pressing considerative buttons. There you go, off the top of my head. Okay, we're going to stay a little longer. I think that was yes, right? Wait, there's no back. It said, are you sure you would like to stay? So actually I'm going to say no, because we're going to second guess. Oh, okay. Well, we came out. That's the spirit. You're an easy delivery. Your mom, what's a mom? Your mum and dad took special classes to help you. Go out there and give them heck. All right. Too young to swear. Perifractic cannot broadcast. PCB way. Thank you. Happy birthday. So from now on, life will begin to change rapidly. You'll have to learn to accept responsibility, build up your resources, and manage yourself physically and emotionally. All right. The events that transpire over the course of the next few days include your rich Aunt Martha places a $500 bond in trust. Nice. Thank you, Martha, if you're watching. You're the most beautiful baby in the maternity ward. Everyone takes your picture. Father buys you a baseball bat. In England, it would be cricket. And a glove for you to use in a year or so. Nice. PCB stands for Perifractic Calls Barber. Thank you, Gabor. I like it. So this is the interface. So now it explains this in Zap64, and it gives you a little chart. So why don't we refer to that? Back to page 24. So let me here while we read it. So we've got status, social, familial, emotional, loans, major purchases, relationships, family, physical, work, and focusing not very well, and marriage, college and marriage. So that would be handy to keep that there. However, the question is, yeah, and every decision we make, as you say, Gary, points to the ultimate outcome. So how do we use this thingy here? Do we use it? Or is it just, oh, okay. So we can scroll around these. So let's take a look. Oh, okay, so it's thoughts, this one, I guess. It's like, what are you thinking? Lying in the crib, you notice an interesting object an arm's distance away. It has a round shape at the top and a ring on the bottom. Okay. I'd like to say that we'd want to play with that, right? So, probably quite determinedly. Hopefully it's not a bomb or something. Uncle Bill's fighting spirit. You sneak and crawl on your belly like a combat soldier heading into battle. You reach your destination, grasp the rattle confidently, and drool on it in victory. It sounds like me last night in front of the TV. Intellectual sphere shows. So we're using stimulative toys. All right. Shake the rattle. Keep drooling. Let's shake it. It wasn't a hand grenade. This is terrific fun. Then we fall asleep. Okay. So we explore all these avenues, right? So that would have been like, we don't really have emotional skills. I want to be a good baby, because when I have a Puppyfractic with Ladyfractic, I want it to be a good baby too. So we'll be quiet and we'll just be inquisitive. How about that? How about dem apples? You see a large blur 11 inches away. Okay. And then it moves. Could be Mum. Oh, it's my hand. You've just found your hand. Very good. When you're an adolescent, those hands are going to get you into quite a bit of trouble, because that requires a different kind of hand control. I heard this could be slightly risque, especially for the time. When this was released in the USA, it came with a not suitable for kids or parental guidance warning. Whereas in the UK, they just let rip and they just let anybody use it. So, yeah, go figure. Chat seems to have frozen unless you guys are being super quiet. But I know some people said they're having problems with chat and other things. So, let's go to this. A woman walks into a room holding a blanket and a bottle with warm white liquid. I think we all know what that is. I'm happy to see Mum with my dinner, so I'm going to coo. Hi JD, the laptop's good. We do have a mic problem that I went into earlier, but we won't go back into that. But otherwise, very good. Nothing like a nice warm bottle. I would like to have thought that breast is best, but hey, it's a game. Quick hug from Mum, and ready to face the world. As she walks towards you with the bottle, she sees you smiling and interprets this as a sign that you want to play with her. Okay. Hi Rick, good to see you on your lunch break. She picks you up and holds you for 10 minutes. This presents you with quite a dilemma. Well, I guess I want to eat, right? So we've got to let her know. Breast is best if Dad is sad. Okay. Mum can see you have had enough of this. She feeds you your bottle and walks away. Okay, we got what we wanted. When do we want it? Now. What do we want? Milk. Did it backwards. Okay, so probably still nothing much here. Okay. You're lying on the floor of a big room with a soft furry blanket. You're on your back staring at the shadows. So we're moving through life here. We're out of the crib. Mum and Dad passes by, your hands grope in all directions, and your feet pat the floor gently, almost out of your control. Select a mood. I'm going to keep it positive and optimistic. Roll to side, make an O shape. I'd like to think we could start walking soon, so let's try some action. This maneuver is a little too difficult to accomplish, and at your age, you can roll about halfway to one side. This is good learning, actually, for when I have a Puppyfractic. You're now lying down in your crib and are greeted by a nosy neighbour, excuse me, who has a child just around your age. The neighbour says, "My, look at that funny little nose." Thank you. She turns to your mother and adds, "Don't worry, dear. I hear that noses are the last thing to look truly human." How am I hearing and understanding all this? What do we want, says Ken. A time machine. When do we want it? Doesn't matter. Select a mood. Angry or vengeful? I don't think I'm a vengeful baby. So we'll say it's passive. Let's fall asleep or collect a mouthful of drool. Let's have a little nap. It's been a hard day. You need your sleep a lot more than you need to listen to this silly adult. 25 years from now, you'll be handsome and beautiful while she is getting old and wrinkly. You've shown good judgment. We're doing well, guys. I think we're going to win this game with record scores. Parenting skills from an 80s 64 game, says Ghetto Android. This was Activision, to answer the question. You're lying down in a crib while your mum and dad are speaking in the other room. You hear their voices deep and... Or why aren't they paying attention to you? Okay, well, given that feed-in, let's say we're sad. And we want to cue them. Or coo them, I should say. You begin to cry. This alarms your parents and is a negative way of attracting attention. Your dad comes in holding a bottle of milk, which satisfies you temporarily. Thanks, Dad. Okay, so we're learning that crying is not favoured here. Which is fair enough. Kind of went with our first instincts then, I guess. So, you just awakened from a long nap. Your mum comes into the room and wants to hold you. I'm okay with that. Let's keep it really optimistic. We're happy and we'll smile. Trying to be a good baby. This is a great way to make a new mum feel good. Consideration earns you points. As life progresses, pleasing mother will be harder. I think some of us, or some of the world, can relate to that. It will take doing chores and going to the store to do that. Okay, we'll enjoy it while we can. Move your mouth, sounds good. Develop some motor skills. PCB stands for Perifractic Conceives Baby. I'm going to remember that for if and when that happens. You just gave your first kiss. Oh, I understand. This may not seem like a big deal, but it's very important to your mother. Now we have to repeat this act until your entire family becomes aware of your new talent. You can avoid kissing overly affectionate relatives by dribbling on them at just the right moment. There's an amount of snark in this game. Oh, so we kind of move up the tree here. Okay. See, I never understood when I saw photos of this interface, but now it's making more sense. We're progressing, kind of building neural connections and progressing in life. Well, if I'm playing with my dad's electronic calculator and I'm a baby, Gary still uses the dribbling skill to this day. Do I want to pull the back off? I think I'm inquisitive, but I don't want to take it apart. Now, I don't know that I had this kind of control when I was a baby, but yeah, it probably was a Commodore calculator, literally. So do we want to take... Everyone's saying yes. Do we want to eat batteries? You guys are saying yes. This goes against my better judgment. Why would we want to... I mean, they're not going to kill us, but Dad would be very angry, right? We might have to go to the emergency room if we swallowed one. Can a baby swallow a battery? They're probably double A's, right? Gary says, you're a baby, you don't have better judgment. Let's keep it real. Okay, we'll do that. We'll look, touch, and take apart. Fingers crossed. The electronic components, tasting one or two as you go along. I think he's recapping the board. They're not bad. They're definitely not for eating. You know Dad will be pleased you're fixing his toy. See, I was recapping the board. Okay. Fair enough. Hi Paul, great to see you, mate. How are you? We're still in infancy here in Alter Ego. My favourite thing to type in the calculator was 8008 135. It's time to go to Aunt Lucy's house. It's chilly outside, you need to be dressed in a coverall. I mean, okay, I like my mum, so I'm going to be okay with that, I think. Let's just go limp, unless anyone strongly disagrees. Actually using my real name here, guys, it says Shell Oil. That was another good one to type in. Alright, let's do that. I'm going to go limp. It'll be the first time. This is one of your favourite games. Mummy knows how uncomfortable the suit is and tries to distract you by making faces and singing the Go Bye Bye song. This makes you laugh, which in turn causes even greater difficulty to your mum. It becomes a vicious cycle till Grandma intervenes. When Grandma tries to help you, laugh even harder or get... See, knowing babies, I think we'd laugh even harder at this point. You certainly are a happy baby, but no less difficult to dress. You're giving everyone an incredibly hard time, but no one seems to notice. Okay. Select an action. I'm going to be a good baby. I'm going to give in. Push luck, says Gary. So, on the basis that it's a learning process, and that I guess we want to be real, then we'll do that. Push your luck, you wimp, says Petri. I did. Your mother and your grandmother are late to getting to their destination. They must now resort to begging, pleading, and bribery. Candies? You're in a position of power, but you got there by being stubborn and resistant. Keep this up, and you'll be powerful but lonely in your old age. What did I tell you guys? Okay, we've learned a life lesson. That's good. Gary says he's a dad and he knows all the tricks. Good point. Soil nappy wasn't an option. True. You're exploring the playpen and feeling lively. Like a prize fighter, you grab hold of the playpen bars and shake back and forth. We've all seen that. Select a mood. Determined. Take some Ooh, okay. Can we? You're showing early signs of confidence mixed with just the right amount of risk-taking. Success comes easily and naturally. You take a leisurely but wobbly stroll to the other side of the crib. Which way to the Olympics? Nice. Alright, let's progress up this tree. Mum and Dad are entertaining friends and you're minding your own business, sitting quietly in a corner of the room. A man with a big nose and shiny head puts his face right up to yours and says something in a loud voice. Probably be scared, right? Let's keep it real again. I don't think we can moonwalk, by the way. Hit him. Elena says hit him. Scream? Hit him, do nothing. This is difficult because you've got to think about the future repercussions and the neural connections that you're building. Everyone's saying hit the man. Alright. Let's hit the man. Bam! You give him a right to the schnoz, which feels rough and oily. Ooh. You're terrified. Fortunately, your dad spots him and ushers him back to bother people closer to his own age. 100. Okay. So it's not as bad as I thought, you know, doing things that, like punching someone, but I am a toddler, so I've not got that much power. You're sitting in your high chair, eating your lunch, crackers, strained peas, and a mug of milk. You're just learning how to eat with utensils. Yeah, okay. Select an action. Pick up Super Duck plastic drinking cup. Super Duck! Let's try and use the spoon. I always like spooning. See what happens here. Okay. We're experimenting with the spoon. Try blowing through it, nothing happens. I'm going to keep playing, I'm quite enjoying this. Inventive personality, okay. One day, during a late childhood, you may find yourself attempting to rewire the electric hairdryer. For now, you... I'm going to try stirring our milk with the spoon. That's what it's for, right? It makes bubbles. It bounces out of the cup and hits you in the face. It causes the cup to fly off the tray, spill all over the floor. Your mother fails to understand the true significance of your discoveries, but acts surprisingly tolerant. That's a good thing to keep in mind, isn't it? For those of us that haven't had kids, that when they do knock things over or make a mess, they're actually using their motor skills and experimenting. So, mental note, future Babyfractics. Okay. Petri says the results are kind of random. So, maybe compared to the online game. So it's interesting to note. Alright, so While being taken to the park, your dad meets an old college button. Literally can't speak. An old college buddy who is wheeling a baby about your age. As the two dads talk, you casually begin to eye the baby in the other carriage. Could be a love at first sight situation. Definitely curious. Let's make first contact. A baby! You wonder if it has all the same parts as you. Touch the baby's face, touch the baby's arm. Probably go for the face. You poke the other baby in the eye. He starts to cry. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to do that. Your father is slightly embarrassed. The other dad is worried. The little baby is not mature enough to take a little poke. So we've taught the other baby, or we kind of changed the other baby's trajectory, I guess. Pat the other baby to calm him down. All right. It doesn't work. Geez, this kid is a crybaby. You're learning no matter how nice you are to some people just don't appreciate it. Ain't that the truth? All right. Well, we tried. Human infants have weak eyes. Make a note of this. Thank you, Elena. Good point. Okay. Up until this point, Weasley Wabbit, your stuffed toy, has been one of your best friends. You take him everywhere with you, but he's beginning to get on in years. One of his ears is torn off, and a recent eye injury has made his face look a little lopsided. It's suggested that Weasley should be retired. You wake up one day to discover Weasley's been moved from the place where you last spotted him. No, I don't like this. I'm gonna cry. I mean, if I'm a baby and that's my favourite rabbit, I'm gonna cry. Ian, Fingers Malone, the game is on the list. Speaking of poking babies with fingers. So yeah. How could you have given up on Weasley so soon? I know you're upset, but there's no time to panic. I didn't think I was giving up, but let's go get Mum. You confront Mum with the fact that Weasley was not in the spot where he was. She claims to not have seen him either. I am not satisfied with this. Stuart says he's gone to live on a farm. Wisely, you persist. This time she tells you that Weasley left because he wanted to be with friends who were more like him. Oh, that sounds reasonable. She tells you that next week you will have a brand new visitor, a brand new friend who will be just as nice. I'd probably... See, I don't want to be too gullible, but I don't know how old I am at this point. We demand answers, Mum, says Petrie. Suspicious of the newly dug hole in the garden. I'm not satisfied. I've decided. Bravo, don't fall for that line of bull. I'll let you read this while I have an apple juice. Yeah, quite. You're alone in the kitchen and begin exploring the closets and refrigerator. Let's go. Curious but cautious. Head to the fridge. I can just hear the mother now. It didn't just get up and walk away. One day I lost the cat. It just got up and walked away. You have a grand time examining and smelling many of the things in the fridge. You've learned if you put them in your mouth, you should know some of the other choices could have led to your early death as a result of accidental poisoning. Your judgment is superb. Alright, we'll take it. Someone suggested check your status. Now, how do I get over to there? I assume that's the one on the left. Is there a key shortcut or... Yeah, we need to figure that out. Let me know if you know how to check status, because the cursor keys are not doing it, and I don't want to accidentally quit. So, there we go. You're touching something smooth and shiny. You pat it a few times. Is it that guy's head? Probably confused. So we'll keep exploring. A little cool. Wait a minute, there's a baby in there. Who's that baby? Ah, okay. You are looking in the mirror. Isn't that a beautiful baby? I'm sorry to hear, Petri, that you drank drain cleaner as a baby in this game. Okay. Wait, what was the option? You guys tell me what the question was, because I apparently can't hit back. We don't want to quit the game accidentally as we're playing it on Chrome. So yeah, and of course I get a phone call at that moment. So select an action, yes or no. It's a coin toss situation. Well, you guys let me know. There wasn't one, says Andrew. Did you like your reflection? Thank you. Okay. We'll go with yes. You are really quite stunning. Well, thank you. You're developing a positive self-image. I like it. It's announced during a heart-to-heart talk that it's time for you to give up the bottle and drink from a glass like a big boy. I'm okay with that. I'm just gonna go with it because, you know, it feels like nature is guiding me here. It's maybe the wrong choice. Mum understands. She appreciates your effort. She has a box for you. Let's open it. A plastic Super Duck drinking cup with bendable straw. I don't know who Super Duck is, but yes! Look at this. Super Duck wrote the... Oh, my name's on there. Super Duck wrote it himself. Or herself. Cool. We have done well. So let's not skip any steps. We're in the big boys league now. Look at that. Okay. You're a guest at your friend Billy's house. His mum gives you both a box of crayons. Select a mood. Go with what I would do. I'll be... I'd like to think. I don't remember. What's you guys' earliest memory, by the way? We draw something nice? We'll give it to Billy's mum as thanks for having us over. There is a restless puppyfractic over there. I think it might be time for a quick puppy break. Come here. She's a good girl. Here she comes. Hi. You've been so good over there. Oh, kisses. Okay. You like Super Duck food, right? You say hi to the chip dippers? Who's that good girl? What would the baby do with you? That's what we'd like to know. I'd like to think she'd be quite good with a baby. She's quite inquisitive and handsy. She's very much like always putting her feet on you. So the baby might have to cry a few times to teach Puppyfractic that actually hurts. You're so good. Okay. Well, back to our alter ego. Do you want to go to the alter ego? That head tilt. You want to go to the alter ego? Yeah. You don't know what that is, I know. She's trying to understand. Bless her. Okay. You go. We'll do alter ego. This is her way of saying shut up. Literally smothering me. You gonna go park it? Go park it. Oh, lick the mic. Park it means on your bed. Okay, go park it. Go park it. Okay, she's gonna be a good girl now. Okay. Ghetto Android says she looks genital. Do you mean gentle? Okay. Got all your earliest memories coming in here. That's cool. Puppyfractic is cute today. Just today? She is a German Shepherd Great Pyrenees mix. We ran the DNA. That's why she got that big kind of mane, if you ever noticed that in videos. Anyway, back to alter ego. We got some good social etiquette. It worked, my cunning plan. I mean, you can just answer the most obvious thing all the way through this game, I guess, but I'm trying to be real. I've got some allergies today, by the way, because the sun just finally came out in LA, so apologies if I do sniff. I'm not sniffing at you. You're sitting in a large place and a furry man walks up to you. Furry man? Could it be a puppyfractic? Point at the furry man. Make noises. You yell out, he walks over, and he makes a noise that sounds like this. Woof! She's not impressed. Then he sits on your leg. I hope this is a dog. That'd be weird if it's a human. Grab the furry man by the head, or push him off. It's got to be grab, hasn't it? C. Daigle says, sorry, unsubscribing. Let's Play bores me. You're absolutely entitled to do that. Another option is just don't watch those videos. We're just doing these during lockdown while we've got a little more time on our hands. But if that's your life decision in alter ego sense, I hope it leads to good things for you. Gary says the most obvious answer isn't always the best answer. All right, fair enough. I guess that makes sense. They wouldn't make it that easy, would they? So we grab his head between two hands. Now that man is licking you all over the face. Mummy says he's kissing you. I don't think we want to lick him back, the doggy, so we're going to push him off at this point, I think. This man is heavy. He looks back. His nose right in your face. Yeah. Actually, do you know dogs, when they just let out a blow through their nose for no reason, not like a sigh, but more of a, I won't do it because I've got allergies, but like a, they're sending, they're blowing the wind around, the air around, so they can sniff more things further away. I learned this recently. So if they're trying to get a scent from something, they'll disturb the air so that the particles come back to them. Interesting. So doggy did that. And you guys are being very kind about subscribing. Yeah, I mean, it's an option, isn't it? Like, I don't see the big deal why you have to announce your departure. Just don't watch if you don't like something. Give a thumbs down. It doesn't affect the algorithm. I don't really care. But hey, we've all got more time on our hands, so I'm going to keep doing some fun things. And on Friday, we're going to compare 3 Commodore 64 tank games like Battlezone with World of Tanks 2020, the brand new one. Just see kind of how things have progressed. So we'll spend maybe 10 minutes or so in each game. I think that'll be fun. Next week we're doing Spy vs. Spy with Ladyfractic, if I can fix my mics. So, we're now in a department store. There's an extremely well-endowed woman standing in front of you. She smiles. It looks like she may be an interesting person. I would say so. Select a mood. If she's smiling, I'm going to try and smile back. So we can talk now, right? So ask her some questions. And, oh, someone found the manual, and escape key switches between the side options. Okay, so I'm going to try that. Thank you guys for the chat stuff that's coming in. Okay, so what would we like to ask her? So let's try escape and see if that works. There we go. Awesome, thank you guys. I am 2 years old, okay. So we've got to ask appropriate questions for a 2-year-old. Respergu, thank you so much for the super chat donation as well. There you go, that's what happens. Alright, so we're doing above average, I would say. Apart from calmness and gentleness and trustworthiness, so we've got to work on those. Okay, we've got some money. Oh, that's from the trust fund. Alright. Did I quit out of that thing we were doing though, or... Yeah, I guess we never asked the lady the question, huh? Okay. There's a shiny silver quarter. See, when I was a kid, I was a little mischievous, and I would kind of steal chocolates from my grandma and stuff. So, oh, so let's just see what happens. The obvious answer is not always right. It's questionable whether a child can tell if this is right or wrong. You have a vague sense you shouldn't have. Mum asks you what you have to say. Oh, or what you have in your hand. I'd probably give it up at that point. You're not so dishonest. In fact, you're being very trustworthy. See, we're working on it. It was a temptation you couldn't resist. You get a big hug for being honest. All right. I like it. Daddy says it's time to go to bed. I always like to stay up late, so let's try staying up a little longer. Politely. I'm tired and irritable. He says, come on, I'll take you. Okay, Dad. We'll go with it. Well, that ended nicely. It's Saturday morning. Dad asks you to help with some chores. Super Duck cartoon hour has just begun. See, no, that's my favourite show. I want to watch that. Dad? It's on the TV now. Dad says, come on, champ, help me in the yard a little. You say, Dad. If I could just show you how Puppyfractic is looking at me. Come here. Come on. Dad, the Super Duck is on the TV. See, she's very strange. Whenever you make kind of strange noises or anything out of the norm. So watch this, for example. If I try and blow, she's right in there. Poof! What you doing down there? Attack. She's now in attack mode. You're a doggo. You're a strange doggo. Try that with your dog. Just go. See what happens. She would like to leave the room and go play with the other dogs at this point. So I, guys, will be right back. We are back, as promised. Papa's gone out. I'm just checking you guys in the chat. He's trying to give me CPR. It's kind of like that, honestly. Okay. Hello, Magaluria. Greetings to you as well. So, let's say that. There we go. Dad sees your stubbornness and stops asking. Alright. All he wanted was a little company. You acted very selfishly. He's outside now. Well, way to make us feel bad. Fine. What a good boy. Okay. You throw out your hands, the ball hits your body, and you can squeeze it between your chin and chest. So we get to play ball games. Alright. We probably had a VCR for Super Duck. You're in a sandbox playing with your favourite toy. A larger, stronger child pulls it away from you and screams, mine. Child seems much stronger than you. He puts 3 fingers in your mouth and tries to push you away. I tell you, try to bite him or run away. I don't like either option, but I would like to think go get an adult at this point would be the one. So, he was much bigger than you. You might have got hurt. From a safe distance you watch. you want to go back for your toy? Yeah. The boy comes back and reclaims your toy. Oh, I don't like this guy. Yeah, stand up for myself. James agrees in the chat. Hello, Moscow. Forgive me, I can't pronounce your name yet, but privyet. How's the weather right now? Okay. Fight. You grab the toy, you're scratched. Your arm starts to bleed. You run for mummy. Okay. I mean, I stood up for myself. We did what we could, okay? Mount. Between your fingers, tap on the glass. There's no sign of Gabriella. Oh, I see where this is going. We'll keep looking. You put your hand in the fishbowl and look for Gabriella. She's stuck under a rock. This doesn't sound good. Let's get Mummy. Gabby floats up to the surface. Her eye seems puffy, her body is stiff. We've got to ask Mummy, haven't we? We've all been there. I had fish. They were a nightmare. And one time we had a little eel, like this big, and didn't see it for a year. Was sure it had been eaten, and then found it under a rock, still alive. Crazy. Mum stutters through the answers to your questions. She's uncomfortable and sad. Mum explains Gabby can't swim anymore. Mummy says she's dead, that she's gone away. How can that be? She's right there, Mummy. What is dead? You wonder, but are confused. We've got to flush it, haven't we? We all know the right thing to do. Even though Mum has a sad face, you giggle at the thought of Gabby swimming in the bowl. I wonder if she will tickle you next time you go to the toilet. Can't say that ever crossed my mind as a kid in this situation, but we dealt with it. You're in the back seat of the car during a very long ride. Yeah, I liked to play games as a kid. Still do today, as you may have noticed. You're too tired. Are you feeling less sleepy? Oh, I see what you mean, yeah. No, you're right. I'm sleepy. We had a nap. My hovercraft is full of eels? Where is that quote from, Gabor? You're eating at your house, one of your parents' friends. You're told by your mother to be on your best behaviour, capital letters. Something you ate has disagreed with you and you feel very sick. Mum, I don't feel well. Yeah, I think that's probably what I would do. Do I know about bathrooms and being sick? I have a funny story, actually. We covered embarrassment earlier in this game. I should probably tell you. So, when I was 12 years old with Katie Beckinsale at the time. So I shared a class with her for 7 years, something like that. Anyway, we were on a field trip in Exeter or somewhere in England, and we were having lunch in the big, lunchroom, grand hall with 30 benches. Probably 3 schools were on the field trip there, and we had a contest to see who could drink the most water. So we all were chugging this water, and I suddenly realized I was going to be sick. So I immediately got up from the bench, walked past Kate Beckinsale and everyone who, obviously she was just another kid at that time, and it just happened there in the middle of the hall. It all came. It was very clear, it was just water, but probably the most embarrassing moment in my life. I remember afterwards me running back down the stairs from going up to our dorm and, freshening up, and her saying, I hope you brushed your teeth. Very embarrassing, but anyway, back to real life with Alter Ego. Mum asks us what's wrong. You don't have a fever, she gives you warm milk. Oh no, that's the worst thing that could happen. Ah, but it wasn't the milk that made you feel better. Okay, so it worked. That's cool. Okay. You're still not completely familiar with using the toilet. It's still fascinating. You've just finished and you've cleaned yourself like a big boy. It's TMI. Select a mood. Content. Select an action. Let's just be, just be normal. You've made an inappropriate response. Okay, so I've just used the bathroom. I'm content. And I want to watch the... Oh, I see. Let's just do that. That's not too bad, right? You watch a long ribbon of paper spin and... Okay. I think... Now, is this a learning opportunity or... I wouldn't play with the toilet brush. I didn't, so I'm just going to leave the room. Wasting toilet paper at a time like this. That's a good point, Elena. You've resisted a strong temptation. You deserve a cookie. There are some on the table. Ooh. Let's take a cookie. You didn't ask permission. You get caught. It's hard for a child your age to be perfect. Don't sweat it. Okay. We're doing okay, guys. I'd love to get to, like, at least adulthood in this session, by the way. Today's Dad's birthday. Would you like to make him breakfast? Yeah, let's make him something. Thank you so much for the super chat donation and our Russian friend in Moscow where it's slightly rainy. Really appreciate that. So if we're making food and we're a baby or a toddler, we're probably 3 or 4 by now. Yeah, we used the escape thing to look at the side switch earlier. Thank you. Gary says this will take 7 hours at this rate. I don't think we're going to finish the game. Let me know if you want me to just speed through a little more in the options. So I'm being quite verbose, but I probably don't have to be. So let me know. Should we speed it up a bit? For now, I'm going to be a good boy. We make Dad a nice breakfast. Alrighty. Dad's getting his teeth fixed. He has to put money in the meter. Okay, so we've been left alone. I'm going to be good. We'll do something childlike. I don't think I can do a 7-hour stream, much though I'd love to. We're going to have to have some lunch after about 2 hours of total gameplay, but... okay, so be a little mischievous. You feeling more comfortable? Nosy lady spies you from the corner of her eye. Your sock is crooked. Okay, fix that. And where is Dad? Okay, let's climb up. Well, I guess we embarrassed Dad a little bit. Ignore her. Stick your tongue out. You give her your worst face and get whacked on the bottom by Dad. See? Oh, but he secretly approves of what you did. He buys you a big ice cream. Okay, that's the karma that we talked about earlier. There you go. Give her the finger. That wasn't an option. And we got this here. Phone rings while Dad's ironing his shirt. Don't pick up the iron. He leaves you alone in the room. I would be cautious because I knew what an iron was when I was 5 or 4. Dad realizes you're alone with the iron. calls you into him, you run to the room, you trip over the iron cord, fall on the floor, the hot iron lands on your hands and arms. How could I have predicted that? I was trying to be a good boy. It hurts a lot, you're taken to hospital. You suffer second-degree burns. Guys, you're bandaged. You'll have permanent scarring. All I did was leave the iron alone. I guess accidents happen. What? Should I have really ironed the stuff as a kid? Well, we're now out of infancy with a couple of scars. A brief look at your life up to this time shows the following. Life has been positive and nurturant. You've begun to form the critical bonds. Physically, you've been not very healthy. Was it that cookie? Socially, I'm just reading your comments. Karens are everywhere. During this phase in life, nothing much is really expected of you. You're still much too young to throw a successful cocktail party. Frankly, anyone who still dribbles on himself probably wouldn't make the ideal dinner guest. Fair enough. You've been the type of child who charms the lollipops off people. Why are they wearing lollipops? You've been the type of child who's huggable, gets his cheeks pinched by old ladies with bright red lipstick. Not bright lead. That would be poisonous. And this is how Tony Stark was born, says Gabor. Now, regarding your emotional personality development, you're not exactly the type of child who could be trusted to wash his hands before coming to the table. I do. If there is a piece of cake sitting in the refrigerator, chances are it'll be in your tummy by dinner. Thoughtfulness doesn't count for much in this module. One puts people off is your aggressiveness. Grr. You like to pull on loose pieces of clothing, hair, and bulbous fleshy object that comes within your reach. They know me very well. You are going to have to learn the meaning of make nice. Okay. Okay. You guys say it gets quicker from here. That's interesting and good. This wraps up your status. Okay. Practice yourself, for heaven's sake, in little things, and thence proceed to greater. Thank you, Epictetus. Greek philosopher. Okay, so we're in adolescence. What comes after infancy? Childhood? I don't know. I was there, but I don't remember. Mum has just taken a job that requires her to be away in the morning and early afternoon. She decides to enroll you in a nursery school program. Upon your skinny legs and large round glasses. Gary says something's not appreciated as the older we get, the faster time seems to progress. And that happens in this game. It's true. There are children playing with buckets of sand. There's a small boy. He's crying. This would make me sad. Punch the skinny lady. Let's go and make friends. Why can't I be sad and make friends with him? I guess I'm excited that he's crying. Okay. You're trying to adapt to this environment. You realize your mum will be coming back. You attempt to make friends. What shall we say to the little boy? Hi. Hi. My name's Peri. Little boy ignores you. Rude. Sociable. They show potential. All right. Bye. Bye. Kevin and Peri. Your mum is in the bathtub looking and taking a nice relaxing bath. That's what you do. You're playing quietly in your room. All of a sudden the doorbell rings. Do we answer the door? Select a mood. Or grown up. Tell mum, because we've probably been told not to answer the door. You can't be that grown up if you have to rely on mum. It just kicks me out. Charming. Well, I think I did the right thing. You've been invited to sleep over at your best friend's house. That's always fun. This is your first sleepaway experience. Sorry, Mom. Review. Okay, so I'm excited at this. I remember getting excited at that. Go as soon as possible. Choices show impulsiveness and lack of appreciation for security. You have a bad dream at your friend's house. Do you think his parents are going to let you into their bed? Wow. So I'm obviously being too impulsive here. Gary says I'm a boy wiser than my years. I actually felt complimented then I realised I'm thinking for a 6-year-old. While you're playing quietly in your room, you're startled by loud muffled sounds coming someplace else. Your father's deep voice seemed to be shaking the whole house. Uh-oh. Mom and Dad are having an argument. I am an American baby, according to this game. Definitely disturbed. I think I'd respect their privacy. Boom. You hear a very loud noise. Maybe he's killing her. Are they making another baby? Is that what... That's what you're saying in the chat. Hey Richard in Vancouver, nice to see you. I'm just going to stick to my guns and stay where I am. The yelling gets louder. Suddenly everything's quiet. When you see them later, they act like nothing's happened. Mum's hair is ruffled and she seems very tired. You can't seem to figure out what happened, or can you? I thought it was an argument. It was not. Interesting. I want to see how old I am. Okay, I'm nearly 5. Alright. I need to be more calm and gentle. Okay, fair enough. Soon after you sit down for dinner, your mother announces that the vegetable of the day is sprouts. I used to hate them, but now I like them. But let's go with disgust. Do you know what? Actually, I'm going to try and help our scores a little. We'll go with them. Feed the sprouts to your dog. Yeah, we had $800 plus because we had that trust fund from Auntie What's-Her-Face. Have you heard the expression develop a taste for something? I'm trying to be a good boy. You could have gotten away with not eating them. Okay, it's telling me to be more real, so I'm going to do that. An exciting movie's on TV. The whole family's watching. You get up and all the good seats have gone. Let's just be... I want to be polite, not defeated or devious, but we'll be defeated because that's polite. Sit down quietly. What do I do, guys? Should I be devious? Go on then. Let's trick Dad. I think dads can take jokes. Hey Andy, good to see you here. Andy's one of our YouTube channel members. That's how some people have got these little emojis that you're seeing next to the chat. And you get early access to videos and more. And shameless plug. You don't think you? Then he asks Mum to answer the door. She ignores him. Okay, it's worth a try. Dad's promised he'll fix your bike. He's taken a nap. Now seems like a good time to remind him. Let's just do a little polite tap on the arm, shoulder. You tap Dad rapidly on the shoulder. He doesn't move. Shake him back and forth a little. You say, Dad, Dad. You move him back and forth. All of a sudden, he makes a loud snorting sound. He looks at you glassy-eyed. You can say something to him. I think that makes sense. Dad, would you fix my bike? Or I could say, forget it. Even though you seem helpless, Dad just rolls over and falls back asleep. He mumbles later. Should have been more persistent. I mean, this baby is actually kind of rude, the way it wants me to play this. But maybe that's just... I don't know. My earliest memory, I was probably 2 years old. It's the only memory I have until I was about 8. But our house had these crawl spaces between rooms. So you could go through the back of a wardrobe like Narnia and crawl to the other room. I don't know why it was there. It was a Victorian house. But it was crawling through that. And we moved out of that house when I was 2. So that has to have been how old I was. It was kind of crazy. And then nothing till I was 8. Someone mistook me for a girl. They said, "Oh, what's her name?" looking into my pushchair. So that's my second memory. I had long golden ringlets, by the way. Thanks, Mum and Dad. One of your playmates is the daughter of your mother's friend. Her name is Cindy. One day, while you and Cindy are alone, you become very curious about one another. Cindy suggests that you should play a make-believe game of Doctor. Oh boy. So how do we play this, guys? Because as a kid, I think we probably all did this, right? We all got curious. Gary, yeah, that's how it went. The conversation was, "What a beautiful little girl, boy." You suggest shy, Elena? Okay. Let's play trucks, or I'll be the doctor first. Oh, you can be the doctor first. Well, what do you think? Gary says no comment. Someone else says gynecology is a good career. We've gone with shy, so that was a good start. Petri wants to be a doctor. Gary has no tips. Gary, I thought you'd played this before. We could flip a coin. You can be the doctor, ladies first. Probably only the first option will go with shy. That's true. Let's just see what happens then. I'm happy with that. This game can only lead to one place and you're not ready for it yet. Cindy replies, "Okay, you're the truck driver and you get into a bad accident. They have to take you to the doctor right away." Cindy, I don't want to go to the doctor. I'd rather die here. Oh, I think I have to go see my mother for a second. Just because that's funny, I'm going to do that. Cindy says, "You're a big baby. I don't want to play with you anymore." Bye, Cindy. Early Felicia there, or Karen. Bye, Felicia. You arrive at the dentist, discover you have 4 rather large cavities. Literally happened to me as a kid. Select a mood. I'm selecting a mood. Gonna try... Honestly, I would be frightened, wouldn't I? Or block out the sensations with your mind. You will block out the sensations. These aren't the sensations you're looking for. Your status sheet suggests emotionally you're not capable of performing such a feat. The pain sneaks into your subconsciousness, but it's not unbearable. This experience will toughen you. Okay, we're correcting some of those things on our bar charts, so that's good. Hello, what's here? Hello, Norway, Carlson. In Norway, surprisingly. How are you? You're in school, and the teacher is giving you a boring lecture. Boy sitting 2 seats away is rolling up a piece of paper using the barrel of his pen. Oh, so he's going to spit the paper at the blackboard. Teacher's furious. She screams, "Who did this? Who did this?" Everyone that if the person who did this will not come forward, the whole class will... Now that's a dilemma. Yeah, that would make me anxious, I think, because whole class getting detention, but I could save them, but be in the bad books of the other guy. Tattletale or keep quiet? your class will suffer if you don't say who did it. Snitches get stitches? Keep you quiet, you dirty snitch. Okay. Wait, what was the... what am I saying yes, no to? Don't rat. Is yes, don't rat? Because I forgot what was on the last screen. You let me know. Tell or not tell? So no, right? Okay, I think we did the right thing. How do we select a review, by the way, key-wise? Okay, onwards. While rummaging around the kitchen, you come across matches. I've already got second-degree burns, but I would be curious. I think I did this as a 6-year-old, 5-year-old. You're mesmerized by the spark. You've seen my recent videos. You let the flame burn down the shaft of the match. Kitchen air becomes smoky. Smoke alarm rings. That wouldn't happen. You're grounded for a week. That wouldn't happen. Smoke alarms don't go off with matches. Trying to be real, and look what happens. At school, all of your friends are talking about a television program that you could not stay up to watch. Friend asks if you saw it. I'd be embarrassed. Would I lie? Would I lie to you? I'd probably be honest. Like, do a funny voice or something. I wasn't allowed to watch it. I don't know. At least you were honest. Your friends tease you a bit, then leave you alone. Okay. You've just been ordered to bed by your parents in the middle of the favourite show. It's probably the same show. I'd probably be angry. Complain. Let's try that. Mother appreciates it. But says, sometimes life just isn't fair. We've all heard that, haven't we? Alright. It's time to sell raffle tickets for the school baseball team. Okay, let's do this. Motivated. Let's try to do it alone. Let's see if we've developed that part of our brains now. Your confidence is high. This will affect your social sphere. Okay. We've got an elderly gentleman as a prospective customer with a pointy chin. Petri says, oh god, not this. So you played this recently then, huh? Okay, let's say... Excuse me, I'm selling raffle tickets for the school baseball team. We're using the money to buy new uniforms and some equipment. Would you please buy one? I think that's a much better way of putting it. The man has no patience for your long-winded chattering. Great. Well, we've learned another life lesson. Don't be so periphrastic. Literally means waffling. Your best friend challenges you to a rock throwing contest. Rock throwing. Okay. Now, I know what's going to happen. We're going to break someone's window, aren't we? I know what's going on here. Friend threatens to tell everyone that you're a girl. What's wrong with that? Keep refusing. Your friend called you a chicken. Why am I a chicken or a girl? Chickens are cool. Where else would we get eggs from? There's one more ice pop in the freezer that's being saved for another family member. Your mouth waters. I'm actually drooling now. So we've got to show more good behaviour, haven't we? Because we stole that cookie. We're going to leave it alone. You don't expect to be rewarded? No, I don't. Does it make me angry that the reward is knowing that I've respected others? No. Fine, then let's continue. I know how you think, Activision. We have to switch to the female version, says Elena. I thought about playing that, but I thought that might... I just wanted to be more, like, real. But yeah, now that we've been called a girl... Is there a chicken version? Don't know. Friends are waiting for you. You have a ton of homework. Mum asked, did you do all your homework? I was terrible at homework as a kid. Let's try white lie. Yeah. I've only got a little left. Semi-honest is the truthfulness equivalent of semi-pregnant. Your mother says. All right. Okay, Mum. Playing, you're outside playing alone. A car pulls up. Motions to you to come over. You notice the license plate says Obo 237. Well, I was always told not to talk to strangers. In fact, one day we went to my uncle's house, and round the corner, this old man approached me and said, hello. And I was terrified, and I screamed bloody murder and ran for my sisters. And then I realized it was my uncle. Yeah, I definitely would have been suspicious and not gone over. He motions for you to come closer. He has a kind face. Has he got candy? He says he's a policeman looking for a friend of yours. He asks if you will get in and help him look. Run away. That's what I would have done, literally. You move away. Suspicious. This is smart. Intellectual sphere rises sharply. Thank you. This man hurts children. He's not a very good policeman then, is he? Don't get in the van. You guys are right. So, I'm just going to quickly review. We have been playing for an hour and a half. So I think what the goal is, just to warn you, is to try to get to teenage, but I'm going to play for 2 hours. And we'll see if we can save. Although I don't know if the DOS box version lets you save. But I think after 2 hours we've all definitely have got the idea. I never played this game, and now I am definitely enlightened of what it's about. So we just turned off the TV through the shadows. You notice your closet door is open. You can almost see the image of a black hooded axe murderer squinting through the door. In the quiet of the night, you can hear his hoarse breath. Is it horse? Oh, I see. Back. I'll let you read this. I'm going to have a quick sip because this is making me anxious. Okay, how to defeat the monster. Well, we're clearly afraid. Can't we close the door? Okay, let's try and close the door. As you inch toward the closet, you imagine the murderer laughing at you, at how stupid you are. Alright, we managed to at least close the door by lunging towards it, tripping, but we did it. You can finally settle down into relaxing sleep. Now, if only those aliens would stop hovering outside your window, wanting to suck you into their spacecraft so they can examine your brain. Definitely had some humor, this game. Jill Brady is always untying your shoes and running away. I think she likes me. Today she's wearing a skirt. She's bent over picking up a pile of books from the floor. Where is this going? Okay, so I've got to remember I'm 5. I'm probably mischievous. What do we want to do? Advice is don't pants her. Or get revenge. I mean, shoelaces is one thing, but very interesting that this would have come out with no parental guidance rating in the UK. So we were absorbed in more important things. Some of you wanted revenge. We're going to move on. You have much more important things, like how to get Mum to let you join football. She's how to sneak in to see Friday the 13th, part 45. We've probably already had that many in the year 2020. Okay. Good call. The boy who sits next to you in school has just passed you a note. You read it. The note says, "What has more crust than the entire surface of the Earth?" Select a mood. Let's just say curious, that's reasonable. Select an action. Write a note back asking what? I think that's not bad, even if she found the note. Gary says the game was developed using the guidance of psychologists and physiologists. Okay. Oh, that's impressive. I think it could actually help you in life, especially if you were playing this when you were 14. You return the note and wait for another response. The note returns and you read it says, "Mrs. Hennessy's underwear." Wow. I know if I giggle, I'm going to get caught. I used to get caught so much in class, though. Hey, Jody. Thanks for joining the chat. Would we giggle at the... It's going to end badly if I do giggle. What do you guys think? Giggle, I know I would, says Petri. Anna Manu says giggle. Gary says giggle. Okay. Let's be real. You can't control your giggling. You get sent to the principal's office. Happened all the time to me. Spend the afternoon doing punishment. Hey, I turned out okay, I think. It's a hot sunny day. You and a friend are sitting around trying to think of something to do. Dad's sitting in the shade. You get a great idea. Let's play a practical joke on Dad. I probably would. I'm going to do it. Let the air out of the tires. Spray Dad. Give Dad a hot foot. What is that? Let's spray Dad with the hose. He's not going to drown. Let's put it that way. Jody's off. Bye, Jody. People announcing their departure in this game. I always wanted to play this game, so I thank you guys for seeing what Alter Ego is all about. How hard do you turn the water? I'd say a soft, light spray. Dad wakes up, shakes his head. He thinks it's funny, suggests a plan to lure Mum outside. Gives you the thumbs up sign, just like Orange Archipelago just did to Jody. He tells you to keep an eye out for Mum, while he aims the hose. I like this. Okay, this is fun. How are you feeling? Confused. Clearly we're excited. Before you know it, there is a hose down your pants. That's cold. He fooled you. Okay. Good one, Dad. Mum drops a pot full of cold water on your head. Well, at least they joined in. I mean, that's family fun, right? Unexpected twist. Thanks, Gary. I'm glad that you'd tune in for a future gameplay. May not. I'm just being real with you. So usually with the live gaming, we've had 300 to 500 people watching, and this one's got 139 right now. So I've got to kind of gauge what people enjoy. And if I'm being honest, now I've got the sense of this game, it's not drawing me in as much as other games have. So yeah, I'll think about it, and I definitely appreciate that you would join us. So thank you for that. You're in the candy store buying candy. Your bill comes to 50 cents. The man gives you back change, but no dollars. Ian says the best 139 people. Select a mood. Confused. Question the man. That's reasonable. The man tells you he gave you a $1 bill. I don't think he did. He says, "Come on now, kid. I told you. Now get out. Get the beep out of here." If I was a kid, I would leave. So let's do that. Mike says this is a fascinating study in development of human development. I'd agree with that. I mean, it's different as well. I can see why it stood out and why Zap64 gave it 98%. Get the policewoman? That's a bit harsh. Would I do that? Probably would get Mum. That's my instinct. The man tells your mother the kid gave me a 1. Argument ensues. She's going to call the BBB. Eventually your mother gives up. At least she knows the man was a crook. I think he was the one in that car pretending to be a policeman. Should have shopped him. Well, we got out of there in one piece. You need eyeglasses. The first day you wear them, everyone calls you Four Eyes. Kids can be so mean. Kids refuse to let you... You know, I actually quite was jealous of my friend who had glasses because they looked very intellectual. So I'd be a bit self-conscious. Yeah, I'll just get on with the job. Your social status suggests you will eventually get the support you need to overcome your self-consciousness from your friends. Alright. So we've got another avenue here. Mother's given you permission to have a party. You want to invite most of the kids from your class. One child you have second thoughts about. His name is, Louis Feedback. Not him. All of the kids call him Louis Feedback because he's very fat. Oh. That's not very nice. When I was a kid, kids were so mean. Like, I had quite bad skin as a kid. As a teenager. And, yeah, not nice. You mentioned to your friends you're thinking about inviting Louis. They make faces and pig noises. If I invite him, they'll stay home. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm angry at them and I'm going to invite Louis anyway. And just like our game of alter ego, if they don't want to show up, they don't have to. You call the kids who don't want him there a bunch of jerks and threaten to beat up anyone who makes fun of Louis. You've shown courage and tolerance for individual differences. This has made you stronger. Okay. Stacy, that's not nice. Louis is completely overjoyed. This is the first time he's ever felt like one of the guys. Some of your friends do stay home that night and refuse to speak with you at school. Louis' mother calls you and thanks you for being generous. I can live with that. Louis' mother is also extremely rich. On your next school vacation, she flies you and Louis to Hawaii for a week to stay with relatives. Aloha! Yes! Good call. Stacey, I forgive you. Your teacher and your mother have traded recipes for an upcoming bake sale. Before you leave school, your teacher asks if you'd be kind enough to run a booth at the bake sale. What's wrong with that? Why are the kids laughing? I'm flattered. I'm not going to do no stupid bake sale. Say yes, ma'am, or say, I would be happy to help you, madam. I'm just going to say that. I think that's reasonable. Your friends snicker and call you a brown nose. Okay, I think I need some new friends, don't you? They refuse to eat lunch with you. Social standing drops. Elena says, only be nice to people if they reward you. Although it didn't tell us that beforehand, so occasionally in life I found that when I made a decision that I didn't know there was going to be a good outcome, and then looked back and realized, wow, life would have actually been very different if I hadn't said that one thing. So I guess it's showing you just kind of stick to your guns, maybe, and sometimes good things come out of it by chance. Melissa Harper is the prettiest girl in your class. You've been giving each other the eye. How old am I now? Let's say 6? For 2 weeks. You're all set to ask her for a date. Oh, I've got to be older than 6 then. When your best friend, who happens to be taller and better looking than you, confesses he cannot sleep at night because of her. We've all been there over a girl. He asks your advice on the best way to ask her for a date, unaware that you two are smitten. Ooh, now this is tricky. Do we go down the path and throw him? Would we be friends? Well, we've been giving each other the eye for 2 weeks. Gary says we're 7 years old. If I'd been giving the eye for 2 weeks, I'd be jealous. Would I give advice or admit that I like her too? I don't think I would steer him wrong, because that's kind of mean. Let's see what happens if we admit. You guys agree in the chat, after all. Definitely written by a psychologist. Select an action. Agree you can both try to ask her out. Or not interfere. I'm not going to go that far. I think we should both have a chance. She's never been there. When my friends found out I had a crush, they made fun of me. Some friends. Yeah, I think you have the same friends as our character here. All is fair in love and war, says Dave. This doesn't sit comfortably with either of you. You both decide your friendship is more important than a date with Melissa. Okay. I feel a bit sad about Melissa now. Your friend has borrowed $1 from you and has been promising to pay you back for weeks. Every time you ask him for the money, he puts you off. Select a mood. I'm getting impatient. Have a discussion. Your impatience causes tempers to flare between you and your friend. He stops speaking with you and you never get paid back. But do we get to date Melissa? I don't know if it's the same friend. Let's just check my age. We're 10. 10 and a half. That's why he's going on dates. That makes more sense. My calmness is my biggest negative trait. Be more calm, Peri. Note to self. Kneecaps. That wasn't an option. Warning, this episode contains subject matter of sexual nature. For the YouTube advertisers, we're going to skip ahead. Apologies. Actually, YouTube introduced the whole thing recently to protect children on the channel, and you have to specify whether your channel is suitable for kids or not. So yes, we're suitable for kids. Everyone's booing. Around in the store with your friend, you notice that he sneaks a small item in his pocket. You ask him what he's doing, and he tells you how easy it is to shoplift. Wow. No, I'm not into shoplifting. Urge him to put it back. Refuse to stay with him. Your refusal to steal and tell him that he better put... Oh, yeah. I find this font hard to read for some reason. Select an action. Snitch. Or try to convince him. It's too late. He's already hardened criminal. He sneaks a pack of cards into your jacket pocket. While you protest, the store manager comes over. He sees the cards sticking out. He accuses you of shoplifting, calls your mother. Because you are trustworthy, your mother believes you were framed. Well, that just happened. Who founded the American Federation of Labor? Apologies if you have a Google. Actually, let's ask you in the chat first. See what you think. I don't actually know much about deep American history. That's probably fair enough. But I do have Google Home here if we need it. What do you think, guys? Guessing it's SG. Bjorn, you are very welcome. Thank you for your kind words. Much appreciated. Definitely not John Smith. Okay, so we think Samuel Gompers. Donald is the greatest. Let's go with Samuel. You're correct. Well done. Teamwork. Who was the first Vice President of the United States? I should know that, shouldn't I? George Clinton? Nope. Was it? John Adams sounds right. I'm going to ask Google. I think it's Adams. Hey Google, who was the first Vice President of the United States of America? Terrible accent.
On the website senate.gov, they say Adams took office as Vice President on April 21st, 1789. Do you want a little more context?
No, thank you. She said 1789. All right.
On April 21st.
Hey Google, cancel. I said no. Who was the first ruler to consolidate the Slavic tribes? Anthony says if he coughs, it's the right answer. What do you guys think? I've only really heard of Lenin. Hey Google, park it. Vlad the Impaler, Rasputin, Rurik, says Jeff. You must speak in a Slavic accent. Okay, we are doing well. Thank you, thank you, Jeff. Which of these scientists is credited with the discovery of oxygen? Davis. Oxygen. That never comes up, does it? Piers Morgan. We have a Davis and a Priestley being suggested. Donald J. Oxygen. Don't know why that made me laugh. Priestley is the consensus. Jason Priestley. Who wrote The Great Gatsby? I know this. F. Scott Fitzgerald, right? Yeah. I know one thing. Warning. You guys know the score now. Marcus Cripple and the Tubeheads are the most popular rock group with kids of your age. Anyone who likes them is in. If you don't like them, you are definitely a geek. I'm just reading a very interesting answer about oxygen in the chat. Thank you, Petri. We were eating at the teacher's table due to a previous decision. Did we buy their album? I did buy an album on the advice of a friend when I was a kid. It was New Order, Substance, and I did enjoy it. So I'll just think I'll do that. You lay it gently on the table and listen to the hard driving sound. Nice lyrics. Wow, that is so beautiful. So I appreciated it. Okay. Yeah, Blue Monday here and the rest. So many good songs on that album. Substance. I booked tickets to see the Pet Shop Boys and New Order in concert. They're doing a double act, and it's just been postponed because of the obvious situation. So hopefully that will reconvene. But that's going to be a lot of fun. We are at T-minus 10 minutes to wrapping this game up, just to give you a heads up. See how far we can get. I might speed it up a bit. Quincy's the toughest teacher in school. He asks where your homework is. Tell him you forgot. Tell him something more believable. My dog threw up on it. He gives you a punishment. I would be angry. I wouldn't swear at him. Would I tell my mum? Tell my mummy. Do you know what? Let's just take it on the chin. You were treated unfairly. You chose to keep it to yourself. Chances are you'll be a lousy mood for the rest of the day. You might take your anger out on someone else. That's a good psychological lesson, though, is don't bottle things up. That's what happens when I try and play quicker. You just received $25 as a gift. You can keep it or give it to her to hold for you. I'd be trusting, but I would save it. Why wouldn't it let me do that? I like the idea of putting it in the piggy bank. I used to have one. I used to have one that would speak, I think, as a kid. Fine. Got to look after Mum, haven't I? You have no reason to doubt Mother. She places it in an account. When you're 18 years old, it will have gained substantial interest. Yeah! I guess we're getting a hint of adolescents and teenagers hoped for this gameplay. Okay, couple more. Family dog has been acting a little peculiar and no one can figure out why. Some of your fellow members suggest he should be given away or put to sleep. Do not like this. The dog must shape up or ship out. This was not written by a vet. You're the only one who in the house can take responsibility. I definitely would have and did. I always did the puppy training as a kid. Took the dog to classes and stuff, so just do that. Shotgun, Petri? No. You spend every available minute keeping an eye on the dog, rewarding him for good behavior. Oh. He does a number 2 in your mum and dad's room. Dog is sleeping peacefully in the corner, and he's pooped on the pillow. Okay. Let's wash the pillow. You scrape the sculpture off the pillow and throw it away. Pillow, la 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 la. Smell comes out of the pillowcase, but still the pillow has a stain. The pillow now weighs 30 pounds because it's waterlogged. It will never be dry. Oh, I assumed I had a dryer. Ask for Mum's help. Tell Dad. I probably would ask Mum. She's very sympathetic. Dad couldn't tell his favourite pillow from a pile of bricks. She makes a quick substitution and all is well. I guess I didn't have aerial automatic. Okay, I think this might be our last module here. A very aggressive boy starts an argument with you and challenges you to a fight. Even whispers about the big fight. Looks like there'll be a large crowd watching. Like the 141 people watching this right now. Select a mood. I mean, I'd be freaking terrified, wouldn't you? Do you show up, though? Bad decision time, says Gary. Now, what did Marty McFly teach us in Back to the Future Part 3? He went to the fight, but he wore a bulletproof cast iron vent. I don't have that option. Andrew says show up. Okay. Kiss your mum. Your anxiety makes it impossible for you to react quickly. The other boy jumps from behind, beats you up. You showed up so you wouldn't look foolish in front of the crowd. And the fact you didn't chicken out does very little to reduce the swelling over your eye. I can't end the game on that note, can I? Let's do one more. One more. Last module. Yeah, and at least we didn't chicken out. That's right, Andrew. The latest craze is wearing a dog collar around your neck with a t-shirt proclaiming your dog name. Puppyfractic. You've just spent $5 on a shirt that says Fifi Rex, the Mad Mongrel, and have borrowed one of your dog's collars. On the way out the house, your mother says, do you think you're going out to school with that ridiculous get-up on? Ah, I've got to, Mum. It's going to be the only option, isn't it, to pretend. Your mother is furious because you ignored her. She tells you that if you want to act like a dog, you'll be treated like one. You're forced to eat meals from a special dog dish with your dog name written on it for the next 3 days. That's a funny mum. Okay, I learned an important life lesson there. I don't think a mum would really do that. Call child services, says Stacy. Well, I think that should be the last module. I kind of wanted to get to dating, but also things could have got a bit racy. And you heard what I said about the YouTube guidelines that came in. So, on balance, you guys are free to play on your own. So yeah, let's look at Perifractic, age 12 and 3 months. I'm not in a relationship. And yeah, Aaron, this goes right through to death. Or old age, at least. We've got pretty above average, except for physical, probably that scarring. I'm still not calm. I tried to answer calmly, but we ended up getting roped into fights and stuff. We've still got that 821 bucks. And no debt. It's a pretty good way to be, isn't it? So, on that note, I think I should probably wrap things up. You guys are free to play Alter Ego on your own. Let me know in the comments if you play it and how far you get. Other than that, I think I'm just going to go get some lunch in my real life so that I don't starve and play with the real dog as well. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me. I'll be back probably Friday when we're going to play 3 Commodore 64 tank games, comparing them to World of Tanks from 2020. See how things have progressed kind of through the years. And yeah, we'll be back with another main video probably Saturday, and so on and so forth until normalcy returns. And seeing all you guys in the chat, you are very welcome. Sorry for the allergies, sorry for the mic problems early on. Going to spend the next day fixing that definitively this time. You guys are all really welcome. And yeah, we had 140 to 150 people. So for such a strange game, that's actually not bad, is it? Alright guys, thanks for watching. As always, subscribe below and cheerio!
Well done. You have succeeded in your mission. Escape while you can.